Call of Duty 2016, the next Call of Duty title. What will it be? What can we expect? What is going on with its development? I'm here to keep you guys updated and let you guys know what to expect later this year. First off, I know that it is still very early into Black Ops 3's life cycle. I love the game, but every year, around about this time, if not earlier, we start to get the first bits of information or at least talk about what we can expect later this year. And as always, I'm here to tell you guys what we know. What will the next Call of Duty title be called? A very good question. We'll talk about that in a little bit. First of all, let's actually take a look at the development studio making this game. So for those guys that don't know, I'm sure you do, there's now a 3-year development cycle going through Treyarch, Infinity Ward, and Sledgehammer Games. Sledgehammer Games made their first Call of Duty title, Advanced Warfare. Of course, we've just had Call of Duty Black Ops 3 from Treyarch, and that means this year, 2016, it's Infinity Ward's turn. And this is going to be Infinity Ward's very first time at having 3 years to develop a Call of Duty title. You probably know them as the guys that made COD 4, Modern Warfare 2, and you would have loved those games. Unfortunately, a lot of the developers that you guys will have known for making Modern Warfare 1 and Modern Warfare 2 have actually left Infinity Ward since then. A lot of them are now working for Respawn or other development studios. Respawn, of course, made Titanfall, so Infinity Ward really as a team aren't really the development team that we know and love that made those original Call of Duty titles. It's worth bearing that in mind. Of course, Infinity Ward's last Call of Duty game was Ghosts. Mixed reviews on that. I'm not going to talk about it too much, just going to let you guys know that that's the last Call of Duty title that they made. And Infinity Ward have always been very big on their single player and multiplayer, have never really had a solid third game mode. Of course, we've had Spec Ops, we've had survival mode, and in Ghosts, we had Extinction, but it really is never compared to the zombies that we get from Treyarch. So these guys, if they're going to focus on anything, they're going to be focusing solidly on multiplayer and single player to give that amazing experience. We don't know what to expect from them in terms of a third game mode if they'll be carrying on the Extinction line. Now, Advanced Warfare is the first Call of Duty title to introduce boosters or thrusters, allowing you to jump a lot higher and very much changing how you maneuver around the map. Black Ops 3, of course, is wall running. Infinity Ward are actually the only development team that haven't introduced anything as big and as crazy as that, so the likelihood of the next Call of Duty game actually being on foot and similar in play style to the older Call of Duty titles is likely. Now, I mentioned Infinity Ward wasn't really everything it used to be and has been changed up a lot. Over the last year, a lot of changes have happened to Infinity Ward. Their executive producer, Mark Rubin, who you may have seen a lot of the Ghost trailers and videos, have actually left Infinity Ward as of last March, which means he has left the studio being the top guy, pretty much with 1 year left of that development cycle for the 2016 COD to come out, and he's just been like, you know what, peace, I'm done making games, I'm leaving. That is not a good sign. Now, some good news that turned into bad news for Infinity Ward was that earlier last year, at the beginning of 2015, one of the original multiplayer designers that helped with Modern Warfare 1 and Modern Warfare 2, called Alan Alderman, actually came back to Infinity Ward. It's like, yes, one of the original multiplayer designs that's going to help a ton to get that sort of old school Call of Duty feel. He unfortunately left after 4 months, actually moving over to Respawn, the guys that I mentioned that made Titanfall, and he's probably working now on Titanfall 2, I assume. But why would one of the original multiplayer designers leave? He said he felt that all of his friends were now at Respawn. He wanted to work with them, which meant he just wasn't really feeling the vibe going on at the new Infinity Ward studios. Certainly interesting. So what will they be producing? What will the name of the new Call of Duty title be called? We know that they've got 3 years for the very first time to make a Call of Duty title. Infinity Ward never had that before, so extra time. We know that they've never gone crazy with movement features as of yet, so we're probably expecting potentially a more old school style game, which is maybe what you guys want to see. Now, the options for titles: Call of Duty Ghosts 2. For those of you guys that played Call of Duty Ghosts 1, there is a very obvious ending which pretty much says that they want to make Ghosts 2. However, after the reception of the first Call of Duty Ghosts title, I'm not sure if people want to see Call of Duty Ghosts 2. I personally didn't mind it. I thought it was a good game, a bit repetitive, a bit stale perhaps. I just don't think it's going to sell very well. I think it's a very unlikely option. Let me know what you guys think. The next option, Modern Warfare 4. I think this would be amazing, but again, it's very, very unlikely. Mark Rubin, the guy, of course, I mentioned that headed up Infinity Ward before he left, said that with Modern Warfare 3, pretty much that trilogy was over and Modern Warfare 4 was left behind. I still think that now with him gone and them just deciding that maybe Ghost 2 wasn't a good idea, maybe, just maybe, they went back to the idea of having Modern Warfare 4, but it's very unlikely. Number 3 is that they're actually going to be doing a brand new title. Something we've never seen before. Ghost was a brand new title, and they could be doing another one. Now, will this be a futuristic, modern, or even an old school Call of Duty game? A lot of people, including myself, would love to see Call of Duty go back to sort of World War I, World War II era and do something old school but with amazing next-gen graphics. It's definitely an option. Activision and Call of Duty have said that there is something that they would like to do there and go back to that old school shooting style game, so it could happen, but a new title would literally leave an option open for anything to happen with that game. The fourth and final option would be potentially a Call of Duty remastered game. So this could be Modern Warfare 1, 2, and 3 bundled together into one ultimate remastered next-gen package. It could happen. I think a lot of people would want to see it, but again, I think it's more down the unlikely list because I think a remastered package doesn't really adequately fulfill the brand new Call of Duty title that everybody wants to see each year. So what's the most likely option? Probably just a brand new title we've never seen before from Infinity Ward, which could be set in any sort of era. So what do you guys think? Out of those 4 options, what would you like to see? Leave a comment down below. And that, my friends, is everything we know so far about Call of Duty 2016 and what we can be expecting later this year for the next release. As I said, I'm still loving Black Ops 3. I'll be playing this game right until the launch of the next Call of Duty title for sure, maybe even beyond. But as always, guys, give it a thumbs up if you've enjoyed, subscribe for the latest Call of Duty information, and as we get more details over this year leading up to its release, I'll keep you guys informed. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys very soon.